guys, today I'm doing an inspired look from JLo's latest music video, I Love My Papi. I hope you guys like it. It was a super beautiful video to watch. I'm not talking about the men, I'm talking about her makeup and her hair. So I wanted to do a look that was inspired by that. So I will get started and I'll show you what I used. Starting off with foundation, I'm going to be using L'Oreal True Match shades for my foundation. I'm using W5 as an all-over base, and then I'm using my N8 for my contour, so that's why you see the really dark shade. And I put a little bit on a palette because I'm going to be adding a little bit of the Glamcore Glow, which is like a luminizer, going to give me that nice glowy effect like JLo, because I normally don't buy foundations that have that glowy effect because I have more of an oilier skin tone and I don't want to look shiny or greasy throughout the day. So what I'm going to be doing is adding a little bit of this to my foundation. I'm going to start with about 1.5 pumps because that's a lot of product, and mix it around with actually just the back of this brush. And if you guys do tend to be a little bit more dry, then I think the L'Oreal Lumi foundation would be a really good match for you, because I was checking that out over the weekend. But that one, from what I read about it and like what the reviews said, that if you have an oily skin tone, it's probably best not to try that one. So I stuck clear of that. So now I'm just going to be applying this as usual with a brush. Now I'm going to be taking my beauty blender and just blending that all out. And once your actual color's on, I mix a little bit of that luminizer in with the darker shade for my contour. Just going to stir that up a little. And then all I'm doing is taking a little bit with my brush. This is actually probably too much. And applying it to the contours. Like you can see, it's going on really heavy, but I am going to blend that. So just kind of dab it on anywhere that you need to get tanned and dark. Now take your beauty blender again and start dabbing that out and blending it in. So remember in my last video, if you guys watched it, I said with the beauty blender to dab it in almost like you're having a fight with your face, and do that instead of wiping it, because if you wipe it, you're really just moving the product off your face rather than blending it in. Then continue to keep dabbing it up into the hairline as well. This is just really giving you that sun-kissed look. So really just think about anywhere that you would apply your bronzer, that's where you want to apply your foundation as a base. So when you find that you're done, if you are wearing a tank top like me, or say you were actually rocking this look, I would brush a little bit of the darker shade along your jawline and just blend it into your neck so that you're not completely two different colors. So moving on to under eyes, I'm going to be taking a little bit of my Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer and placing this underneath my eye to just start brightening up the look, so there's no darkness under the eye. I'm using just my ring finger, no fancy brushes, and just tracing along where I would normally put concealer. To set my foundation now, I'm using the Naked Skin from Urban Decay in Naked Medium. And this is good because it's a really nice powder to set the face, but it still allows your skin to have a little bit of a glow. So it's not a completely matte powder. And normally I'd be really going in crazy and trying to set it so it's completely matte, but this look I get to leave it because I need that dewiness to get the actual JLo look. To start the eyes now, I'm using my Soft Ochre paint pot from MAC and just using that as a base for my shadow. And for shadow, I'm using my Naked 3 palette, and I'm starting with Limit for my all-over base. And in the video, it just looked like she had really simple shadow liner, but you could kind of see hues of pink, so that's why I chose the Naked 3 palette. And in the crease, I'm going to use Nooner, which is going to kind of deepen it up a little, but still be a neutral, like light enough that it's not too overpowering. So just right in my crease. And then to highlight the eye, I'm going to use Strange, which is the lightest one in the palette, and I'm using that on my brow bone. And in my tear, or my inner tear duct, to kind of give it a little bit of that extra pop. Now for liner, I'm just using my liner from Kinjo Lashes, and I normally use this one because it comes off really easy with water, so use whatever kind of liquid liner or gel liner that you'd like, but I'm just using a brush to get that winged effect. And that really super loud noise you can hear is the washing machine. Good grief. And with her liner, she's really extending it out here so that it elongates her eye. So make sure you do that with your liner or your brush. Just kind of sweep it out here. And then for her lower lash line, she doesn't have anything in her waterline. Maybe she has a really natural looking eyeliner to brighten up the eye. It's not white, it's more nude, but I'm probably just going to skip that and show you what a brown liner looks like. So I'm just doing a little wash of this on the lower lash line. Just like that, and I'm going to blend it in with my ring finger. And I'm using the Stila smudge stick in Lionfish. It's funny because I haven't been wearing mascara lately, so I have to really dig for that, but I'm using a mascara on my lower lashes just to define the eye a little bit. And now to finish off the rest of the face, I'm going to take a little bit of my medium contour powder and a 109 brush from MAC and just do a little bit of the contour on my cheekbones, not too much because I am going to be using a bronzer and I don't need a whole lot of color going on, but just a little bit so I can define the cheekbones. If you wanted, you could do a little bit with the nose. I don't know, this is like if you really wanted to amp it up a little, but it's not necessary at all, but for the look, I'll do a little bit. And then for bronzer, instead of using the matte style bronzers that I usually will, for this look, I'm going to use the Celestial Bronzing Bill in Tropical Nights from Kevin Aquan and just go over the cheekbones. And you can tell just in this bronzer that it has that gradient, so it has a really nice luminescent finish. And then for blush, I'm just using a little bit of NYX's Mauve and applying that to the cheekbones. And it doesn't look like she has too much blush on, it's more of a bronze look, so I'm not going to go heavy on the blush. And for lips, I'm using Kryolan Lip Stain in Dance. It's kind of like a purpley pinky shade. That's what she seems to have on in the video. So this is more of a matte finish, so I'm going to have to gloss it up at the end. And then now for little finishing touches, I'm using Stila's All Over Shimmer Duo in Kitten, and I'm just mixing the colors together. And I'm going to put that on my highlights of the face, so cheekbones, a little bit down the bridge of the nose, definitely on my Cupid's bow because she has a really nice highlighted lip. I probably should have done this before I put on lipstick. And take a little bit and put that right in here, in the tear duct. So I can see that I'm starting to get a little bit shiny, so I'm going to go in with a Rimmel Stay Matte Press Powder and just go along anywhere that you don't think that you should be shiny. So along my forehead, a little bit on the edge of the nose here. Here, I want this to stay highlighted, so I won't do it too much, but just a nice little brush. And because she has super glossy lips, I'm going to apply a little bit of Dash lip gloss, just in the centers of the lips. And there you have my JLo inspired look. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Ow!
I love you, mommy. I love you, mommy. Baby, you the shit. I love you, mommy.